Decluttering can be much harder than we think. We often form strong attachments to our stuff. However, what I found key to successful decluttering was my mindset. And as a mental health professional, I talk to a lot of people about how changing their mindset can help to change how they feel and what they do. So we can certainly apply the power of the mind to the decluttering process as well. And in this video, I'm going to take you through 7 mindsets that will help to transform the way you declutter so that you can get the results you want. So the first mindset is that decluttering is a process. So first of all, you need to do the major declutter, the bigger declutter. And this is unlikely to be something you do in just one day. It may take several days, weeks, or even months, depending on how much stuff you have and how you work through the process. And another aspect is that decluttering is a lifelong process. So once you've done the major declutter, you're going to want to keep on top of the decluttering on a regular basis so that you don't end up where you started. This might mean that you make a commitment to declutter on a daily basis as soon as things come in, or perhaps you keep things in a designated place ready to declutter them at the end of the week. Whatever frequency you do, make sure that you do it consistently so that you can keep your home clutter-free. Mindset number 2 is to be more aware of the stuff coming into your home. I know we talk about decluttering as in the stuff going out, but it's just as important to be mindful of what's coming in. We need to be more intentional with our purposes if we don't want to end up with as much clutter as we started with. So if you're thinking of buying something, consider whether it is something you really need. What sort of use are you going to get out of the item? Or do you already have something that meets the need? When we're more intentional about the things we bring into our lives, this means that we can get more use, joy, and fulfillment out of those things. And it reduces the risk of clutter becoming out of control. Mindset number 3 is to build systems and habits. And this is something that I took from the book Atomic Habits by James Clear, which I'll link down in the description. James Clear says that whilst goals are important, for example, a goal of a clutter-free home, we have to focus on building systems and habits that help us work towards that goal. So habits might be things like dealing with bills or statements as soon as they come in, having a one-in, one-out policy so that if you buy a new item of clothing, for example, then you declutter one item of clothing. The great thing is that building habits like these will help you maintain all the work and effort that you've put into decluttering. And if you implement these habits and these systems regularly, the effects and the results of decluttering take care of themselves. Mindset number 4 is remembering that decluttering is about making room for the things that you care most about. So decluttering can be emotionally and mentally draining. I certainly found this when my husband and I were decluttering over 10 years worth of stuff. There were lots of items that had sentimental value and a lot of them were broken or of no use to anybody anymore. But still, it was really difficult to let them go. On the flip side of that though, when I did let them go, I experienced a huge sense of relief and freedom. I hadn't realized that having these things in my home, being fully aware that I wasn't using them and being unsure about what to do with them was causing me some sort of low levels of anxiety about them. But once I got rid of them, I felt a lot of relief. And all the decluttering means that when we move into our new home, which hopefully won't be long now, this new smaller home won't be as cluttered and it will be full of things that we actually genuinely want there and things that will bring us joy and fulfillment. Mindset number 5 is to get clear about your why for decluttering. Why is decluttering important to you? What do you want to achieve by decluttering your belongings? When you're clear on your why, this can help motivate you during those times where the decluttering process might feel more challenging. For me, decluttering was fueled by a renewed sense of urgency to be more present in life. And maybe reaching my mid-40s was a trigger for that, but also losing my beautiful dog, Cookie, and the grief that came from that really connected me back into the importance of being present and the importance of relationships and love and experiences over material things. I felt I'd been distracted for a long time by things that really didn't matter. And I don't mean the serious things, I mean the sort of the meaningless arguments that people get into on social media and me getting wound up about those things. It really pulled me away from being present in my life. So the decluttering for me was about clearing away the old, clearing away the things that really didn't matter in the grand scheme of things so that I can focus much more on what really matters to me. Mindset number 6 is that you are still you without your stuff. Now, I'm not saying we don't need stuff. In my view, we we do need material things. The thing is, we can build really strong attachments to inanimate objects, perhaps because we see them as being a part of our identity. Decluttering certain items may feel that you are discarding a part of yourself, but if you think about it, maybe that is a part of you or an identity that you had a few years ago. But over that time, your priorities and interests have changed. And so that part of you or that identity has evolved over time. And so this object doesn't fit with that anymore. But underneath all of that, the core essence of you is still there. Mindset number 7 is to let go with gratitude. So when it comes to saying goodbye to an item, if it's one that you're struggling with, ask yourself, how has this item served you over the years? When I was decluttering, particularly sentimental items, I tried to look at what I'd gained from the item, how my life had been improved by it. And alongside that, acknowledging that I'm in a different place now, I no longer have use for the item, and that it might be time for someone else to find joy and use out of it. And if it was going to go to somebody else, that was great. I felt really happy that it was going to get much more use than it was currently. But also, even if an item is really worn and the only place for it might be recycling, knowing that it is worn and it has been used and it's been made good use of is a really great thing. So drawing on all of these mindsets will help to make your decluttering process a success. But there's also some decluttering mistakes that people tend to make that could derail your progress. So if you'd like to find out what these common mistakes are, then click on the video that's on the screen now. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you again soon.